Something special is brewing in the air in Westwood. UCLA, coming off their first ever Big Ten win, looks to take down Purdue in Game 2 of this conference opening series as the Boilermakers hope to hand the 6th-ranked Bruins their first loss at Easton Stadium. Hello, everybody. She's the UCLA All-American catcher, Charlize Palacios. I'm Jonah Malkin, delighted to be with you. Well, out of Glendale, Arizona, reigning Pac-12 Freshman of the Year. Uses a ground ball to Woolery at third and fires it over to collect out number 1. And a good start for the Bruins defense for her, sophomore out of Pearland, Texas. And she is struck out. Caitlin Terry with a nice point to Daniel. First punch out of the night for KT, and there's 2 away here in the first. For Maggie Frizzotti. That's flown deep into right. Back is Pola, and she will watch that one fly over. Bailey with a boiler bomb here in the first, and it's 1-0 to Purdue, their first lead of this series.
The most veteran hitter coming up for her team, striking first. The senior stepped in there and was able to match the velocity of Caitlin Terry to get them on top in the first inning.
First home run of the season for the senior, and she picked the right time to knock that one over the right field wall, and an early lead for Purdue. Gossett was struck out twice last night, reached base on a walk in the 7th. High chopper to Currow at second, and makes the play to retire Gossett, but a solo home run during their weekend series, weekend games. Clements lines one up the middle, and it takes a bounce before Jordan Ramos can keep it in front of her, but a leadoff single for Clements in UCLA.
Deliver, and she's been a really solid 2 spot for them with the versatility she brings, the power when needed. She took a ball to the wall yesterday.
Able to pour one up the middle, and it's back-to-back hits for UCLA. And to your point, she relays off, and a 4-pitch walk. And this is danger time right now for Purdue. You're staring at one of the home run leaders in the nation. And that's on the ground. A force play to home will collect the first out as Clements is retired. Grant reaches on the fielder's choice and
to the home run, so not surprised that she was able to leave the park yesterday.
Good snag, will collect 1 out. Pola's able to score as Woolery is tagged out for the 2nd out of the inning. But the fielder's choice RBI will score Pola as the Bruins knot up this score at 1. So Scarmardo did a good job to limit the damage. Slimp on the 2-2, drives one into center. Back goes Ramos, and she'll make the catch to keep this a 1-1 game. So the Bruins, while they leave 2 stranded, they do even up the score. She helped guide the Bruins back to the Women's College World Series. Chopper, and Woolery is able to gun her down. 2nd time on that 1 hop over to third, where underneath Ramos was expecting something faster, didn't even bite. Another favorable 1-2 count. And Terry gets her down on swings. 2nd punch out for and judgment has been served. Caitlin Terry striking out the final 2 batters of this inning for a 3-up, 3-down. Fire it over to Bragg in time, and Currow to cut down attempted runs. That slicing foul into right. A chance for Banks to make the play, shielding off the sun with her glove.
Team to be able to help your pitchers, but this outfield has been locked down during this series. They've made some difficult plays, secured all the easy ones, but you saw the center fielder deliver a dime to home plate that unfortunately hit a bat. And experience in their own right with Elish and with Klochek, but has been able to aid them.
The middle, by the way, unassisted for Campbell. Was trying to relay, but couldn't fire it off in time. Still getting a lot of light as Clements is able to flutter one to left. There's Poehler to make the catch and retire Clements and this inning. So the Bruins leave another runner stranded. And got her on the off speeder. Way out in front for Meeks.
Are placing the ball where they want it to be and just trying to find a way to get on base.
Check swing, and it is caught right in the lap of Riley Slimp. Made that look effortless. Chopper to second, backpedaling is Curro and is able to laser it in there in time. Terry has retired 7 straight, and her defense has been back in her on deck. Circle and Megan Grant, the 3 guaranteed batters for the Bruins in this inning, as Pola lifts the first pitch he sees to center, and Ramos quickly gets underneath it. Pola's retired, and it's translated as she drills one into the gap in right center, and it is gone. Welcome to the Big Ten in the home run column, Jordan Woolery. Sweet and special home run number 13.
And she's been the go-to girl for the Bruins. She's been the answer for a lot of their tied games. She's been the answer to get them back on the board, and just such a clean swing. Made her bring it over the plate and just sends it out of the park.
She's had so many memorable home runs throughout her career. You won't forget this one, her first home run against a Big Ten opponent, as Grant tried to follow suit, floated it deep into center for Ramos to get underneath it. And there are 2 away. 3.5 games. Puts a drive into this one to center, goes Ramos, and Ramos has collected all 3 outs for the Boilermakers in this inning, but they couldn't contain the bat of Jordan. Poehler always dangerous though, but was struck out looking in the first. Another check swing to Curro, who was ready and right on the spot with it. Great jump for... And she gave the Boilermakers their first lead of the series, but that is a little 6-3 put out for Bragg, and they're 2 away.
Dugout, I think they probably huddled up and said, hey, she's going first pitch this many times, we have to attack it.
Casual sauntering over for Terry to Grant, and another 3 up, 3 down inning. Terry's retired 10 in a row, which is what the Boilermakers were expecting here in Westwood. As Slimp chases the first pitch, pop up into shallow left. On the move is Poehler, showing off the speed. And there's quickly 1 out. Infield pop up for Meeks. Makes the play. And what have you seen, Charlize, from Maggie Daniel? You've been in this position of being...
In the box as she is behind the plate.
Curro rips one to Scarmardo at third, and she's able to hose her down. 5-3 put out. Quick 3 up, 3 down for Klochek, as pretty much every single time she hasn't fallen behind, hasn't conceded any walks, has retired the last 10 straight batters. Reduced the ground ball. A long way to go for Bragg, and Grant cannot scoop it up off the hop for UCLA. As that is just a filthy changeup from Terry to cut her down for strikeout number 5.
And it's a tough thing to try to couple velocity with spin, so it's a tough round for them.
And Curro cannot hold on. A bluff of a run to third for Reef with that error. She's charged with it, not Woolery. As that is driven into right. Back on the move. It is caught by Pola, tracking that one down. What a field by Bragg, makes the play. Able to prevent runs from scoring for Purdue. And the 6-3 putout keeps this a 1-run. It was a 3-0 lead at this time last night as Terry flies one into center. Ramos has probably been busier than she expected to be entering the night. And if you go back to the last inning,
Clements, so I think they just wanted a different look for the Bruins to see in their third time around.
A little blooper on the move is Polar and closes that distance quickly. All Big Ten defensive team over in left, recording the second out. Bailey's hoping for flown into left. Polar is there. And again, quick 3 up, 3 down, second straight inning. Where
it's them differently. So I would just pick one pitch, the one that you're seeing the best, and being able to commit to it throughout the at-bat.
Hasn't been able to see that pitch well. Strikeout number 6 for Caitlin Terry. By the way, so Purdue obviously flew
my seat, put my headphones on, and try to go to bed as fast as I can.
Another check swing, floated on the move, is slipped just in front of the wall. Made it look casual over there in left field. Saw what Pola did. Little chest bump celebration with Clements.
Making the move of a front hand trying to hit the ball, and I'm sure she wants to get in that box and deliver for these Boilermakers.
And Bailey is able to dump one into left right on time just when the Boilermakers needed it. A 2-out single here in the 6th. Looking to keep a 1-run lead. That's a blooper. It's got a chance to get away, though, and Slimp says not today. Held onto it with the glove just inside the webbing and keeps this a 1-run. See, tournament last year. Woolery again smacks one into the gap in right center. On the wall is Banks to make the catch. And she's fired up with Jordan Ramos.
They can be at the plate, so I think that's what Purdue's management is thinking right here.
Gossett can't find the strike zone there. The third time that they had fallen behind in a 3-0. Bragg check swing to third. It rolls into the glove of Scarmardo. It was a close play to second. They're able to retire Hatch. Again, made it a lot closer because of her speed. But there are two
really good hands to all the balls, and I always complimented her on her ability to get to the inside pitch. She's just a very mature hitter at her young age, but you can attribute that to the experience she's gotten in travel ball.
And Gossett found the inside corner. It took her 26 pitches, but she's able to get the job done. Strikes out Mujica looking. Lone 2 errors of the contest. Tinsley induces the pop-up. Grant is going to call off Maggie, although Maggie Daniel was still tracking that down. Grant holds on for out number 1.
You can hear the crowd.
Again, a pop-up. There's Grant backpedaling, and there's 2 away. Tinsley gets the call. A spectacular save and a spectacular final strike to strike out the Boilermakers and clinch their 2nd consecutive win in Big Ten play. Nothing Scarmardo could do. And they turned to Taylor, and Taylor delivered in the 7th. A much different game, much different battle, but the Bruins, despite it getting a little dicey down the stretch, Charlize, they got the job done.
Yeah, and like you said, a closer contest today, definitely a different outlook and a different game with a first inning home run from Kendall Bailey, but